Hey, what's up, guys and girls? How are we today? The Just for Today reading today was about forgiveness, and this is important. This is a good topic, so that's what we're going to discuss today. Again, my name is Pat. I'm a grateful, recovering alcoholic and addict. You guys watch my previous videos, you'll know some of it. I was in active addiction for 40 years. Give or take a few months here and there, right? And a big part of what kept me out there was my inability to forgive myself and others. And let me tell you, I know a lot of us struggle with forgiveness. A lot of times shitty things have been done. People have done bad things to us. We've done bad things to us. But you know what? Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you. You got when you allow forgiveness into your heart, it releases poison, toxicity. Okay. Holding resentments, hatred, anger, it's all poison, man, and it's not helping you any, all right? So, as we realize we need to, as we realize we need to be forgiven, we tend to become more forgiving, and that's the important thing here, when you start to forgive, you worry less about being forgiven, okay? Because you start to not worry and dwell about this stuff so much. You need to be able to forgive yourself, forgive everybody else, okay? And again, not you don't have to forget, and you don't have to let them back in or anything else, but you need to forgive for yourself. The reading was, I will strive to forgive rather than be forgiven. I will act in such a way that I feel worthy of self-love, because that's important. That goes hand in hand. You got to learn to be able to forgive and start to love yourself, so you can stop hurting yourself, right? Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Um, you know, well, um, again, my addictions, started when I was young. I had a lot of trauma that I'm still working with. But as I learned to forgive myself and everybody else, and that's one of the things I put in my daily prayers. I forgive absolutely everybody that needs forgiveness, excluding no one, because I don't want that hate in my heart. I don't want that poison in my soul. And I can't have it. From where I'm at today, I can't. I'm living a life that I never dreamed of. And you hear this talked about in programs, and if you guys had any attempts at recovery, which a lot I'm sure you have, you hear this all the time. And I used to hear it, and I'm like, what are they talking about? I didn't get it, And until you get it, you won't get it. But you can get it. You can have it. I have it. You can have it. You can listen. I'm not better than you. Certainly not. My life wasn't any worse than yours, but it wasn't any better than either, right? And 40 years of active addiction, I've been through just about every messed up thing it can possibly happen. Family traumas, physical traumas, arrest, prison time. I've been dead, a couple of times. Fortunately, it's been brought back. And, again, that guilt and shame kept me out there for a long, long time. A lot longer than I needed to be. You know what I'm saying? A lot longer. I mean, it was oh God, I paid my debts. I gave drugs, a really big chunk of my life. Hopefully, I'm hoping not that big a chunk, because I'm hoping a lot more to come. But regardless, I know every day I'm living now is worth a decade of how I was living in addiction. And again, I don't even know. I'm stopped counting the days at this point, because it's just I'm putting addiction behind me. I'm not, always keep my sobriety date, which is going to be which is January 2nd of 25, because I had a slip up after about a month in rehab. And again, and that's okay, because it's okay when you fall, as long as you pick yourself back up. And when I bring this up, I will make a side note. My drug of choice was fentanyl heroin, with cocaine sprinkled in. So as you guys attempt recovery, you got to be really, really careful with this fentanyl shit, man. I mean, of course, you hear everybody say it, but those of us, with habits like, we can handle anything, we get tolerances. I mean, I was doing 7 grams a day of the garbage, I was doing enough that would kill 50 men a day, and then, barely feeling it. But both times that I overdosed and died were when I had small, one was as short as like 7 to 10 days. I hadn't done anything. I was trying to detox, and I got some, and as soon as I took a little bit, and that was it. And I wasn't injecting. I was snorting it, and I overdosed. Crashed my ex-wife's car, and that was terrible. I felt horrible. I mean, this poor girl had overcome so much, and finally, got something nice. She got a nice car, and I ruined it. I smashed it on her. It was terrible. And again, something else I had to forgive myself for because I can't carry that with me anymore. You know what I mean? Um, but again, my point is, yeah, if you guys, when you start to get some clean time, be real careful. You relapse with the fentanyl because it'll kill you, and that's when so many addicts and recovering addicts die. Is that little relapse? You don't have the tolerance, and the tolerance goes away in days, guys. It's as little as 2 to 3 days. That tolerance can drop drastically. So, just something to keep in mind, all right? But if you do slip up, pick yourself back up. It's okay to fall 99 times as long as you back up 100. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter how many, as long as the last thing you do is get back up. And the last move in addiction is to get back up, okay? So, forgiveness, yeah, man. Forgive yourself, all right? You have to. You got to forgive yourself, and you got to forgive everybody else. Like I said, you don't have to forget, you don't have to allow it back into your life, but you got to forgive it to get it out of your heart because it's poison, man. It's no good for you, right? That was one of the first things I figured out is I had to learn to forgive, and it took me a little bit to get there. That's what I was praying and starting to get lighter, but I wasn't I wasn't ready to surrender. So, number one, surrender, higher power, forgiveness, and ask your higher power, God. Just call him God. Call it what you want, and that's up to you. Don't let the God word, throw you out of here. But to me, that's what it is. God is huge in my life today. It's why I do these videos. It's what I do everything. It's why I make every decision I've made because I pray, I meditate. I mean, guys, when I say I pray, I mean I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't count, but I pray, definitely more than 10 times a day because I'm happy. That's how and I'm not praying when things go wrong or when I feel like I'm going to make a bad decision. I pray every time I walk in my house, every time I get a quiet minute alone at work because I want to stay this plugged in. I want to stay this connected because my life is getting that good. And we're talking in, a couple of weeks here or, 5, 6 weeks total since I went to detox rehab. And it's not that I'm getting all this and that back physically. It's the feelings inside. It's my physical health. It's my body. Things coming back. Getting the clarity to start making the appointments to take care of myself in the ways I need to. Look at myself and realizing I'm back up to 180 pounds, not 140, not 135. Looking strung out and look like I'm dying. I'm starting to look somewhat healthy again. I'm starting to feel good again. I'm starting to make decisions for myself because I'm seeking through prayer and meditation, a conscious contact with my higher power, with God. And God is responding to me in ways that I never dreamed possible. And I tell you what, man, it is amazing. And I just want that for you guys. This is why I come out and tell this. I'm hoping somebody will see this, hear this. And again, this is why I've started these videos so early. I know that my life is going to get good because he tells me so. You know what I mean? I've got conscious contact. I'm making the right decisions. And it's a lot. But you don't have to take it all in one day at a time. But when you fully surrender and fully commit, he's going to ask a high price. You're gonna pay a high price for this happiness. But you're going to realize as you do that it was not only so worth it, but the price you're paying was shedding everything that doesn't serve you. And that's all I'm doing, guys. I'm just shedding things, and that's for the best. Even things that seem good, even situations that I thought were supportive and were helping me. When you're asked to put something down, it's because you're putting it down so something much better can come in, and that's what you gotta have the faith in, right? But forgiveness is the start, is one of the first couple of starts, the first couple of key things, and you can do it. I'm telling you. I'm just watching things start to change, and just the relationships I've gotten back with my family, showing up for different people, and that opens doors for more opportunities. Just showing up for myself, man. Learning that this person that I had all this hatred and insecurity with, and I was blind to all my good qualities because I was so buried in shame and didn't have the ability to forgive those who hurt me, and myself for continuing the hurt, myself for not being strong enough to break away from the drugs before I did. It's okay. I know now that my path is to help heal. All right, I'm gonna stay in this as some sort of recovery, guidance for the rest of my life. That's what I've dedicated myself to, service to God, right? And right now he's telling me this is where I got to be, and it makes sense for me because with 40 years of active addiction, I've got a lot of experience, right? And I'm trying to figure out a platform where I can share my story, but again, I'm not trying to put, an hour-long, pity party video out, and that's not what I'm at. I went from being so confused and not understanding and just not getting to understand. Like, I am so grateful for every experience that I survived because it's given me the strength, the resilience, and the wisdom to carry on and be able to help another addict. And that's that's huge, and that's what I'm doing. And if this one doesn't work out, I'll find another avenue. But one way or another, I am gonna fight the disease of addiction on your behalf, on my behalf, on our behalf, until it's eradicated. All right, and I don't know, and that might take more than my lifetime. That's fine, because we're gonna get other people to help. Other people are gonna join, right? We're gonna inspire people. We're gonna get a movement going here. This is what I'm about. It's not worth it, guys. It's terrible. You know what I mean? It takes and takes and takes. It's gonna take, and it just, it's not even kind enough to just put you out of your misery, right? It's gonna walk you through misery that you can never ever have imagined prior to getting involved in it before it finally takes your life, and that's just not cool, man. There's no need for that, right? We don't want to torture ourselves like that. There's so much better out there, guys. Just when I first read the term peace of soul, like that was the most astounding. Like I never had a moment of peace in 50 years, man. And when I thought of actually having peace of soul, that was a goal that I wanted for myself so bad, and I've attained that so quickly. And now that I found that, I'm finding all these next moves and next moves, and it's being broken up to me very slowly because I think we're going to do some pretty big things here. I get some, starting to get some pretty big plans. And if they'd been unloaded on me, 5 weeks ago, it would have scared me right back into active addiction. I didn't think I had it in me, and I'm slowly starting to understand and realize there's absolutely nothing that I cannot do. With the experience, the strength, the resilience, and the wisdom that I've gained, guys, we hustle for our lives daily when we're in active addiction. You gain so much knowledge, so much strength, so much resilience, so much ability to shift on your feet. Like when you turn and take those qualities and turn them into something positive, it is amazing what you can accomplish, right? But again, we're talking about just getting started here. So again, like I said, surrender. All right, understand that you need help. You can't do it yourself. So ask for help. Get into treatment. Find a relationship with your higher power, God, universe, spirit, whatever. I don't care what you call it. It's the same thing, okay? These are the steps you're going to start with, and we're going to keep moving on from there. But I'm telling you, when you make those first few steps and you buy into it, don't go in there because, it's cold out this week. No, go in there because you want better for yourself. There is better for you. I say this in every video. God makes no two human beings the same, and every single one of you, myself included, has a divine path that if you get in alignment with, everything will fall into place and your life will get better than you could ever possibly imagine. I'm starting to see the fruits of that right now, and I tell you what, I'm already happier than I've ever been in my life. I've got hope. I've got, concerns for our fellow man. I want to help. I want to not only get addicts, but everybody I run into. Like, I can't stand to see anybody in suffering, man. And I have the ability to make it better for somebody. You have the ability to make it better for yourself and somebody else. And as you start to get it for yourself, pass it on to somebody else. And when they say you keep what you have by giving it away, again, I thought that was another just statement that said, no, man, it is true. It is so true. Because when you start to find the happiness and you find how much you can give it to somebody else, it just increases yours tenfold. All right? Listen, guys, God loves you. He wants you back. All right? Give up the give up the ego. Give up the drugs. Give up the suffering. Find forgiveness. Get into treatment. If you're out there and you're suffering and you can't find any way to get in there, leave me a message. I'll find somebody to get to you, all right? I will do whatever it takes. I'll do whatever I can to get somebody to you, okay? Guys, thank you. God loves you. I love you. If nobody else told you that today, I do. I mean that from the heart. We're all brothers and sisters. There's but one Father, all right? God loves you. I love you. Good luck. Stay safe. Get treatment. Forgive, okay? Thank you.